Listen carefully because what you're about to hear could reshape how America looks at global power. In the last few hours, Donald Trump broke his silence on the growing crisis inside the United Nations, and his words are already shaking political circles across the United States. Supporters are calling it bold truth. Critics are calling it dangerous. But one thing is clear: this statement is not being ignored. Why is Trump suddenly targeting the UN again? And what does it mean for America's future role in world politics? Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more intense this story becomes. For decades, the United Nations has presented itself as the center of global cooperation, peacekeeping, and human rights. But Trump has never been a fan of the institution. From his first presidential term to his latest public remarks, he has repeatedly questioned whether the UN truly serves American interests. In his newest statements, Trump claimed the UN is facing a legitimacy crisis, suggesting that it has become bloated, ineffective, and disconnected from the real problems of the world.
According to Trump, the United States pays more than its fair share while receiving very little in return. He argued that American taxpayers are funding an organization that often criticizes the U.S. instead of supporting it. This argument instantly resonated with many Americans who already feel frustrated about foreign spending while domestic issues continue to grow. Trump went even further, suggesting that the UN has failed in its core missions. He pointed to ongoing wars, unresolved conflicts, and humanitarian disasters as evidence that the organization is no longer capable of maintaining global stability. In his words, the UN talks a lot, holds meetings, passes resolutions, but rarely delivers real results. These comments sparked immediate reactions in Washington. Conservative voices praised Trump for saying what others are afraid to say. They believe the UN has become too political, too slow, and too influenced by countries that do not share American values. For them, Trump's stance represents strength, independence, and putting America first. On the other side, Democrats and international policy experts strongly pushed back. They warned that weakening the UN could isolate the United States and reduce its global influence. They argue that while the UN is imperfect, abandoning or attacking it could create a power vacuum that hostile nations would be happy to fill. Trump also addressed the issue of sovereignty. He emphasized that no international body should tell America how to run its borders, economy, or military. He framed the UN as an organization that sometimes oversteps its boundaries, trying to influence national decisions that should be made by elected leaders, not global bureaucrats.
This message connects deeply with Trump's political base. Many of his supporters believe global institutions undermine national identity and freedom. By attacking the UN, Trump reinforces his image as a leader who stands against what he calls the global elite. But the timing of these statements is just as important as the message itself. The United Nations is currently under pressure due to funding challenges, internal disagreements, and criticism over its handling of major global crises. Trump's comments didn't appear in a vacuum. They landed at a moment when confidence in international institutions is already fragile. International reaction was swift. Some foreign leaders expressed concern, saying Trump's rhetoric could weaken global cooperation at a time when unity is desperately needed. Others quietly agreed with parts of his criticism, even if they didn't say it publicly. Behind closed doors, many nations are also questioning whether the UN needs serious reform. Back in the US, political analysts are debating whether this is more than just talk. Is Trump preparing the ground for a major policy shift if he returns to power? Some believe he could push for reduced funding, stronger conditions on US participation, or even a dramatic restructuring of America's relationship with the UN. Trump's supporters see this as smart strategy. They argue that leverage comes from strength and that the US should not blindly support institutions that don't deliver. They believe threatening change is the only way to force reform. Critics, however, warn of long-term consequences. They say global leadership isn't just about money or power, but about trust. Repeated attacks on the UN, they argue, could make allies nervous and encourage rivals to challenge American leadership on the world stage. Another key point Trump raised was accountability. He questioned where billions of dollars in UN funding actually go, and whether there is enough transparency. This taps into a broader American concern about waste, corruption, and efficiency in international organizations. Media coverage of Trump's statements has been intense. Some outlets framed it as reckless populism, others as overdue honesty.
Social media exploded with debate, hashtags, and clips, showing once again how Trump dominates the political conversation like few others can. What makes this moment especially significant is how it ties into the bigger picture of U.S. politics. Trump's comments on the UN are not just about foreign policy, they're about identity, power, and America's role in the world. Should the U.S. lead through cooperation or through pressure and independence? This question sits at the heart of today's political divide. As the 2026 political climate heats up, statements like these are likely to become more frequent and more aggressive. Trump understands attention, and he knows how to turn international issues into domestic political fuel. By challenging the UN, he's also challenging the political establishment that supports it.
For everyday Americans, this debate may feel distant, but its impact is real. Decisions about international organizations affect military commitments, economic relationships, immigration policies, and even energy prices. What happens at the UN doesn't stay at the UN. Supporters believe Trump is protecting American interests and standing up to unfair systems. Opponents fear he's risking global stability for political gain. And undecided voters are left trying to figure out which vision makes America safer and stronger. One thing is certain. Trump's latest statements have reopened a debate that was never truly settled. The future of America's relationship with the United Nations is once again under the spotlight, and the outcome could shape global politics for years to come. As this story continues to develop, reactions will intensify, positions will harden, and the political divide will only grow sharper. Whether you see Trump as a truth teller or a disruptor, his words have reignited a critical conversation, one that America can no longer ignore.